Street food.
Welcome back to Street Food, friends. Last week we began an adventure through Book Street near the south gate of the city wall. This week the journey continues through the Forest of Stone Steels. This museum sits at the end of Book Street and it's dedicated almost entirely to Chinese calligraphy. So it's hard to appreciate without a Chinese friend. Fortunately, my friend Jesse came along with me. Steels are these tall stone columns with characters etched into their faces. It's common for families to record their lineage on a tablet like this. So this museum has its fair share of genealogies. But some of the steels have proverbs or poems, and most of them are over 1,000 years old. People copy the etchings and then sell them to tourists. Actually, the steels are kind of boring. Fortunately, the museum has other things to offer. There's some great open courtyards and some pretty awesome sculpture exhibits.
Xi'an is a good place for the history. There's many the emperors here. It's the capital of the Tang, Song, and Han dynasties. Have a good scenery here.
Yeah. We saw some tombs from the Tang Dynasty, and some larger-than-life animal sculptures. This giant rhinoceros weighs 10 tons. What do you do if a rhino charges you? You curl up in a ball. No, that's a bear. You run zigzags. No, that's an alligator. Play dead? I probably wouldn't have to play. If I saw this thing coming at me in the wild, I'd just... lights out.
This is Jingyunzhong.
It's a really old bell from 711 AD. It used to be in the bell tower, then they moved it here because it was too special. It's like the Chinese Liberty Bell.
There's a collection of posts shaped like different animals that used to serve as places to tie up your horse. Very Wild West. Probably the coolest exhibit was the Hall of Buddhas. They're all between 700 and 1400 years old, so most of them predate the flabby, laughing Buddha. All the characters are old script, but Jesse was surprised to find a few characters that he could actually read, and it was somebody's name. Turns out the guy who donated this sculpture carved his name into it first. Awesome. There were some cool stone reliefs. I was super interested in the cultural blend of these sculptures. So many of these Buddhas were cradling Chinese dragons. Now, I'm not sure if dragon worship came into China before or after Buddhism, but they definitely didn't come in together. So this example of syncretism is really fascinating to me. The Forest of Stone Steels is cool, but it's a little expensive, and if you can't read Chinese, it's probably not worth the price tag. But guess what you can get for much cheaper than the admission price? Yo ta. Yo means oil, and ta means tower. These little nests, or towers, are actually steamed noodles. Noodles are popular all over the northern part of China, but yo ta is, I've been told, hard to find outside of Shanxi province. So they steam the noodles in a basket, then serve them on a bed of chopped cabbage and top it with some chili pepper. This particular vendor loaded up the spice.
Spicy.
Steamed noodles are great, but if you catch them too late in the day, they get overdone. Not really as awesome as they can be, but definitely worth a try should you find yourself in Xi'an. That wraps up our two-part episode of the South Gate. Xi'an has a ton of places like this, and I look forward to exploring them with you. If you've tried Gota or anything in its respective ballpark, please post your thoughts, leave me a comment. Until next week, eat it on the street, watch out for the parasites.
Street food.